Many years ago, I came across a few lines in a book that I connected with. They were, "It's easy to judge, but you never know another person's heart, what gives them strength and what breaks them down." I have learned to listen more and speak less. The result has been eye-opening conversations and inspirational moments that I have shared with you right here. Hello and welcome to Crystal One-on-One. We are at M Maison Home Decor, and today I have the bubbly, crazy stories forever, Nana Kagga. How are you doing?
I'm great. I actually am. I'm at a really great place.
You're a good place in your life?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're doing what you're passionate about?
Yes. I'm unemployed and I do disorderly, so it's a really good place to be.
Not many people can say that.
No,
unemployed, idle and disorderly. I mean, put the two together.
Yes.
Match made in heaven, right?
Oh yes. Oh yes. I tend to make up jobs as I go along.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm an astronaut.
Okay.
On Mondays. Then other days I'm like a research scientist.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing great things in my head.
Okay. So tell me, what's your morning routine like? What's your morning? Because in all my interactions with you, I know you're very high energy.
Yes.
You have a lot of energy.
Yes.
I know, what's a type, what personality?
I
Have you
think
ever
I call
done
it
any of that?
Type A.
Type A.
Yes, type A personality.
Yes, so normally you have to do something in the morning to kind of center yourself.
Yes.
What do you do?
I actually work out. I do kickboxing, I do martial arts, I do Pilates on different days.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Literally my best thing to do is martial arts because I pretend I'm hitting people.
Okay.
And I just visualize. Oh, pissed me off. Then, you know, because in martial arts you can shout, "Hiya!" and it's just so liberating. So anyways, after I work out, my children come in because I wake up at 5 a.m.
Okay.
And by 6 o'clock, my kids are coming in, then we watch cartoons. Paw Patrol is very inspiring. I don't know if you know Paw Patrol.
Yes, yes.
It is epic, you know, so we do Paw Patrol, then we go down. Then we go down for breakfast, and then yes, I literally normally if it's a school day, I get them to school. I go see my mom. I always, because it's on the way back
every day
from this. Yes,
are you that
every
close?
day? We are actually literally. People think me and my mother are like unhealthily close. But
have
yes,
you always been close, or was there that
Extremely.
time in your life where you're like,
I look, you know, I look like my father, but I am my mother. Like
Okay.
this is her, like her character and everything. We have chat. She's my best friend. So sometimes when I feel like life might be a bit of a struggle today, she's the best antidote. And then the other bit about it is mornings we talk about everything. So by the time I leave at about 9:30, 10, I feel like I'm Superwoman.
wow.
Yes, yes.
Because I'm sure she's your #1 fan.
Oh yes. Oh my, yeah. It's almost like she needs therapy for that. But yes, she is my. My mom thinks, she's like, I don't know how you do it. I don't really understand you, but good God, you're doing all right. So when you hear that most mornings, and even as a mother of 3, and sometimes you're questioning your life or what you're doing with your kids, and you go and your mother tells you you're doing fantastically. Even if, you know, your kids might need some therapy for a reason, and you know, yeah, let's not talk about that bit.
No, children will be children.
The children will be, thank you.
People
Thank
forget
you.
that.
Thank you.
They expect them to be little adults, and children are children.
Thank you.
They do things they don't even know why. And
I will carry that mantra. Children will be children.
Yes.
I'll use it for Zen moments.
Yes.
Yes.
Lock yourself in a cupboard and just be like,
Chant 100 namastes, children.
No, I've asked my little one, my daughter.
Yes.
I'm like, why did you do this? And she looked at me and said, I don't know.
Exactly. And then they look at you like, figure it out. Like, why are we having this conversation? Why are you asking these things?
Exactly.
My son looks at me like, you need a life. And then he walks off and I don't know whether to beat him or hug him. African style, Western style, I don't know.
A mix of the two?
Oh yeah, they're mixed, so I never know how to treat them.
Okay. You have 3?
I have 3.
How
I
old
have
are they?
9, 5, and 3.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Okay, so they're all still little.
They're such gems.
And even the 3-year-old goes to school? Or
yes,
they're
he does.
home?
He does. I figured it's actually better.
You have 3 boys, actually.
No,
No?
2 boys, 1 girl.
2 boys, 1 girl.
Yes, the girl is a
Okay.
carbon copy. I don't think the world's ready.
Well, I'm sure you'll you know, set the right example?
I will. I inspire myself. I try.
Okay.
Don't laugh when I say that. I swear if you do right now,
Why would I laugh?
keep a straight face. You could do it.
Let's
Yes.
just go back. You were born in Nairobi.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Nairobi,
Your parents
Kenya.
were living in Nairobi at the time in Kenya?
My father and mother were refugees there during the time of Idi Amin. My parents fled when my mother was 9 months pregnant with me. She actually went into labor at the border.
Whoa.
Idi Amin, my father was an engineer for KCC at the time.
Okay.
And Idi Amin wanted to use Katwe, the road, to come into town, but it had a lot of potholes. So he gave him 24 hours to fix it. And everyone knew if you were ordered to do that, you know, you would probably be taken away and no one would hear from you again. So my
I'm
mom...
sorry, did you say 24 hours?
24 hours, yes, to fix that whole Katwe stretch filled with potholes. So, yeah, so that's how my dad got my mother into the car 9 months pregnant. She was due at any time and drove straight to the border. And the irony of life is they didn't have their passports. So the story as I hear it is the soldier came to whatever and started harassing my dad, and apparently my mom's water broke. And I made a little appearance and he got so freaked out seeing a woman like
in labor.
Yes, he waved them on. He was just
It's
like
just go, 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 go.
But these are people that take lives, and he couldn't take watching a child like be born. It's a very strange thing. So on my birth certificate it says I was born in Kenyatta Hospital. I have no idea. I could have been on the way.
Okay.
You know, I don't know. Just between
you
me
just
and you.
arrived?
Conspiracy theories. I prefer to think I just was born on the way. You know, it's just so much more. Yeah, it makes me so much more interesting.
So, when did you come back to Uganda?
So apparently we came back when I was 10. Didn't
Okay.
speak a word of English. Apparently we spoke Kiswahili.
Oh.
And my parents went back to the house where they used to live in Masaja, and apparently it was bullet ridden. It was basically a shambles. It was a
Yes.
structure, and my dad rebuilt it by himself and his brothers, just brick by brick by brick.
Wow.
So
That must have taken a few years.
I did, but he said it worked for him. It helped him get over quite a lot of issues. So we grew up in Masaja, me and my brothers and sisters. We're actually 6 that I know of. No, wait. No. We're 9 that
You're
I
9.
know of. Actually,
You
no,
know
we're
of.
10. Okay, I await when my father passes on or my mom. I'm sure I've
To
got
find
more
out if there are
siblings.
more?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
My father is a Hajj.
Okay.
I might be walking along Kampala Road and see someone and be like,
You look
hello,
like my
child.
sister. Okay.
Don't even start me off on
So
that.
your
now.
dad was an engineer.
My dad is still an engineer.
He still is? He's
yes.
still working, not retired?
No, he works part-time, but now he does mainly overseas negotiations for contracts for Kagga and partners. So he's semi-retired. He's
Okay.
living the good life. He loves to shop.
He loves to shop.
Oh, he loves a good leather loafer. He does. Daddy, he dresses like, oh, my father can put on a suit these days. I'm like,
But I like that. I like it when your parents show you what they, that they will spend money on what they like.
I could
Because
show you.
they show you that it's okay to
I
like
know.
nice things.
My
to
father's
go for nice things.
75. If you see a photograph of him, you would swear there's no way he's anywhere near that. My father survived exile, he survived death threats, he survived. But through all of it, we never realized how much in peril my parents' lives were. We were just loved.
Yeah, you were loved.
We were loved. And he did everything possible to shield us from all of that. Even my mom. My mother's like, she wanted to be an actress, you know?
Ooh.
I know. Mommy was going to Hollywood. Then she met my dad. And that guy
That was the end of that.
Daddy had game. Daddy had game. He put a stop to all of that. Before she knew it, she was 4 kids deep.
Okay.
So it's amazing. My mother would create these moments. I don't know if you lived through Uganda back in the day when it was in so much turmoil and war. My mother would create this cocoon where there was happiness, and even gunshots were just like sort of sounds. They were never threatening.
You play a game imagining this
and
or
she
that.
would stop if there was a roadblock and have a chat with the soldiers so she wouldn't scare us. She would never lose it. She would always step outside and greet them nicely, and she got this reputation for even soldiers would see her and be like, nah, don't go, you know, because she, I don't know, she's been, my mother's been beyond a mother. She's been, to me, she's Superwoman, I suppose.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
My goodness.
And now she's Super Jaja. My kids are like, Jaja Gallo is off the chain, but Jaja Boy has the Range Rover. So the boys are like, what's up, Jaja Boy?
I'm sorry, did you say Jaja Boy and Jaja Girl?
Yeah, Jaja Boy and Jaja Girl. We're keeping it 100. We're keeping the swag.
Okay.
We're not calling them just Jaja Mchal.
But I find that amazing.
Yes.
Talking about how they, you know, you were raised to be strong and independent, especially coming from a very traditional family, Uganda family. Because I know there's something about you being a princess in there.
Yes.
Do you own that, or do you like?
I own it a lot. When I want to intimidate people, I pull the princess card.
Oh, you do?
I do. Omumbe Jawa Buganda. I do. Because, you know, I think being born into the royal family, it is, I don't call it a blessing. I think you're born to serve in ways.
That's what it should be.
Exactly. And sometimes, you know, when I have this foundation and we're trying to do things to fundraise, I pull the princess card because for some reason in Buganda it still has so much power to say yes. When you say Omumbeja wants this and Omumbeja wants that, they kind of do that. When I invite my relatives, Kojawa Saja, my cousins, Vicky, Junju, all that stuff, to functions, people feel the gravitas. They're more prepared to give of what you ask them to give of self. So I also want to pass that on to my children. My children are mixed. My only gift to them is their heritage. So they speak Luganda first and foremost.
Oh, well done.
Oh, yes, I
well
know.
Done.
When I took my two young ones, all mixed race hair. By the way, I don't know how that happened because they're so light. It's like God's trying to teach me a lesson.
Why?
I don't know. Look at how dark I am. And then I had this little thing. Sometimes I look at them, I stare at them like they're animals in a zoo. But they're mine. Because when I had Lachlan at Great Portland, I was the only one who went into labor. Then they brought me this white baby. No offense, Crystal. And I was picturing myself with my black bosom breastfeeding a white baby. I was like, are you sure there's no other one?
This is mine.
I know, they're putting him on my like breastfeed and his little mouth is there. So, and I'm like, wow, this is going to take a while for me to get you. Then Callum, I had him here because I just got postnatal depression in the UK, didn't want to go back. But my children are very aware that they're Savas. Nava is half American, half Ugandan, but Nava speaks only Luganda as well. That's my gift to them, their lineage, their blood, their culture, their country, regardless of how much in turmoil it is. Bana ba Mumbeja, that's all I can give them, and a sense of self.
Yes.
They'll never be just another social security number. They'll never be just another black child or whatever the world chooses to see them as. They
have a sense of belonging.
Yes.
They know where home is.
Yes. And I don't think they're going anywhere. I even found them a village.
What?
Say what you will.
They have a village. Tell us more.
I won't divulge that, but abazungu begu. Oh yes, okay, yes. I try. It's trial and error parenting, isn't it?
You know what you just said reminded me of a friend of mine who also has mixed race children.
Right.
And one of her challenges back in the day was when she was abroad, people assumed that she was the nanny when she went places with her kids.
Oh, I could tell you stories about that. Immigration was the worst.
So you've been through something like that?
You know, the funny part...
But people doubt that they're your kids?
Yeah, and everyone thinks that you're privileged to actually be taking care of these little mixed race people, and you're thinking, okay, Lachlan in essence, even his hair is very thin, and he looks like, if they lived in the UK, you could mistake them for Greek Cypriots.
Okay.
And that happened a lot. When we travel and they've been in the UK for 1 week, you're like, wait, what's happening here? Like, they literally bleach out color. Now, when you're traveling with them, and then there's me with my afro, and when I'm traveling, some days when you're traveling with 3 kids, you're lucky to put some lipstick on your lips. All you're doing is issuing death threats about behavior. You know that. You're just like, so when you get an immigration, of course, they have British passports. I refused to change my Ugandan nationality. So normally when they issue, and then there's Lachlan McPherson, Callum McPherson, and Nava Hill McPherson, and they have foreign passports. Nava has an American one, and then I bring my Ugandan one with a visa. Straight away they're going, It's very, very demoralizing, because it points out to your kids that
they're somehow superior.
Yeah, and then also it's the reverse on the other side. When you come to Uganda and I take them to the village or we go places, people then start telling Muzungu, Muzungu, like they're elevated, like they're better than an ordinary child. And even my maids, I fight with them, and I always tell them, don't do that, because they are not, in the eyes of the world, they're black.
Yeah.
Okay? And in the eyes of the world, the more you tell them that it's better to be one thing, it's better to be Caucasian, the more they will struggle with their sense of identity. Let them figure things out for themselves. But I have had that, and I found it, but then me being me, I set the record straight really quickly. I'm not scared of deportation. No, son. My mama, we live in the bad life. No, I actually told off an immigration guy, and they put me in a room. I was like, you know what? It's
because
really,
I'm sure they weren't expecting.
Yeah, I was like, it's very, very, very insulting that you would say that in a nation and world where people are so mixed right now, and you prefer to see what your vision tells you as opposed to finding out exactly what is happening here. And if you had asked me, do you have anything, birth certificate, I'd appreciate that. But
because I'm sure you carry them. You know,
I do. I never know when I might need to flee places legally. Legally.
Okay. All right. That's a challenge. I guess a lot of people would not appreciate unless you're in that unique position.
It is, but some people, which I find very odd, some people celebrate having mixed race kids like it's an achievement. You know, they go out there and be like the hoodlum. I was really going to pull another one and have my 2 mixed race ones with me hang over there like, calm down, Lachlan, come and close this your hoodlum. But then I thought, I'm not going to say it. For once in my life, I shall filter my thoughts.
She's living her best life.
She is living her best life, and to her, that is anyway, this year I'm in the sitting room. Oh my, please don't come for me. I'm so sorry for saying that.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a very well-behaved young lady.
Okay, yes.
And I use the word young loosely.
But we know Nana, so well-behaved is a matter of perspective, I think.
Crystal, we've known each other for so long. I feel like right now you're not my friend, and I don't know how to take that. I don't, because emotionally I feel. Okay. Yes, well-behaved. I am.
Yes, you are. You went to Kampala Parents.
Yes.
Then Gayaza. No?
I went to Budo Junior School.
Budo Junior? Not Kampala Parents?
I did. Then my mom came to visit us once, and we had Biguna. What is Biguna in English?
Like, are they ringworms?
Yes. So she took us straight away out to the school. Then I went to Kitante. Then Kampala Parents.
Okay.
Then Gaza High School, where I was suspended. I'm very misunderstood.
And you were there the whole of O level?
No.
Okay.
Till S3.
S3.
And I was suspended under dubious circumstances. I wasn't allowed to defend myself. Yeah.
Okay. So are you saying you were entirely innocent of what?
Of course I was. It's all a matter of interpretation. We're living in a country where you are innocent till proven guilty.
Okay, fine.
That shall go down in my biography. Anyway, so off I went home, went
Because
to my
Gaza was a very strict, for people who don't know, it's a very strict traditional
extremely
girls'
strict.
school.
I think Gaza is for a certain type of personality where, again, it's symptomatic of our educational system. You don't question, you just do, you follow, you fall in line, you get groomed, and you must aspire to marry the right man and, you know,
Be a
sort of live the
lady
right
and-
life and go into the right profession and never really stand outside the box.